What's going on, Sagittarius? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for June 19th to the 25th, 2023. So in this reading, Sagittarius, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for this upcoming week. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides and so much more regarding the week of June 19th to the 25th, 2023. Now, before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know, Sagittarius, that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Sagittarius. But without further ado, I'm now going to pull the energy for you, and we'll see what wants to come through for the week of June 19th to the 25th, 2023, Sagittarius. Yeah. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Sagittarius. You know when the church bells come in exactly when I say let's start the reading? It's about to go down. Thank you. You're far too kind. Let's see what we got. Wow, well, definitely, it looks like you're going to be fighting off some demon, like you're going to be some sort of like demon slayer this week in terms of your own inner demons. You know, I really see you mentally, psychologically actually flowering this week, but this is going to be a very intense week for you, Sagittarius. A lot of ups and downs, twists and turns. This week, some of you may actually feel quite bipolar, if that makes any sense. We're going to have to see why in a moment. But before we get into the tarot, let's start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe. What frequency do you need more of? What frequency do you need to embody for your own highest good this week? And the first frequency you have is hope. Hope. So this is really digging deep into knowing that you can do what you're dreaming of doing, Sagittarius, with hope here. You know, I'm not too big of a fan of hope because it's kind of like, you know, I hope this one day happens. It's not that type of hope. It's a conviction hope. You know, it's being optimistic. You know, Sagittarius, you're ruled by the planet Jupiter, right? Which is it is the biggest planet. Like if you set some sort of goal for yourself, or if you want to be with some sort of specific person, or you want some sort of outcome for your life, I'm just sensing like a lot of you feel like you're not where you want to be this week. Like there's something about the 19th to the 25th where you feel like you're just getting going, or you have some sort of uphill battle to climb, but you must not lose hope. You can do what you're dreaming of doing. Now, church bells, there is something about persistence that you're being actually taught a lesson in. You know, there's something here, Sagittarius, about, you know, being a persistent mother effer, and how the universe rewards persistence. You know, there's something about you, some sort of way. This is some sort of dream that some of you have been going for a while. Be persistent. If you keep knocking on the universe's door, if you fail, but you keep knocking. You fail, you keep knocking. The universe eventually is going to be like, this guy is not going to give up. Here you go. And you could be as damaged as you want. You could show up with a black eyes, disgusting body, cuts all over you, and you're just like, I'm here though. This is raw American ingenuity, or not even American. This is raw human ingenuity. Be a persistent mother effer. There's something about that. When it comes to your hope, be persistent. The universe rewards persistence, and it is one of the keys to riches that most people fail. To be persistent. It's key. Now you also have the fire chalice. What do you need more of? Fire. All right, so this is kind of equivalent to the Ace of Wands here, but it really actually has to do with you working with the element of fire, okay? So initiating something into your life here, okay, Sagittarius. So it's a great time for you to start some sort of new beginning in your life is what I'm getting. Also to work with the element of fire. Many of you would be benefited by doing some sort of burning ritual in a safe way where you don't light everything on fire, but maybe you write down something that you don't want anymore and you burn it. And I think I mentioned this to you last reading. Like, there's been many burning rituals that I actually attribute to my success now, like to certain things that I've manifested. It's because I wrote down what I wanted to let go of, I burned it, it was let go, and now this is here. And you can actually, I'll give you a little secret. I'll give you a little hack here if you want. When it comes to this burning ritual that I would advise you to do, take something... Like, you can really, like people don't understand this is a simulation and there's glitches in the matrix, right? So, like, what I did, like, let's say that I wanted to become, let's say that I wanted to become a great musician, and that was my hope, that was my dream. Then what I would do is write down on a piece of paper, the autistic mystic is not a famous musician. That seems contradictory. The autistic mystic is not a famous musician. That's the reality right now. You take that piece of paper and you burn that piece of paper. What that does, it disperses that energy so that when a lifeline where you are a famous musician is now much more aptable. People don't think this is how the reality works. People don't think that this is how the universe works, but it does. God or the universe spoke into existence. There's also something about using words. Be careful of how you talk to yourself, even if you're joking. You know what I mean? Because Sagittarius is funny, but there's some things you should never joke about in terms of your potential. So there's something about doing a burning ritual or initiating something new here. And for a lot of you, what this is having to do with the extension of the last reading. For the returning viewers, as you know, last reading for June 2023, the title of the reading was Fame and Fortune. That ain't no clickbait, okay? There was some sort of download that was shown to you about how you're going to receive fame and fortune through your talent, right? And you're getting going on that journey now, or for some of you, you're persisting in that journey that you've already been on. For others of you, you're taking the first few steps in that journey, and it's always hardest in the beginning, or it's always hardest now. There's just some sort of resistance that you're moving through, but do not. No matter what they say, hold on to your dream, because anything is possible as long as you breathe. This ain't what you think it is. You're going to wake up and be like, damn. Now, you also have Dragon Rider. And I don't know why this Dragon Rider card is calling me to tell you to be extremely extravagant and exuberant and bigger than you could even imagine. For some reason, this Dragon Rider card is saying whatever goals that you have, and whatever aspirations that you have, even if it's just like, I want a healthy body, I want a healthy family, I want a garden that I can eat my own food. Even if you're just getting ready for the apocalypse and you don't want any sort of crazy big thing, then take that and amplify it times 10. So instead of visualizing, okay, I just have my little garden because that's the only thing that my belief system tells me is possible. No, visualize some sort of secret blissful palace in the woods that is just yours. Like, basically, whatever goals and aspirations that you're doing, whatever your hope is, because obviously you need hope, whether it's to be with a certain person or to become successful and get that fame and fortune, right? There's something about whatever you think you're capable of, 10x that. Because the thing is about that is that if you go for a goal that is so big, even if you don't reach it, but that's the goal that you set, you're going to get closer to that big thing than you would if you set it. Like literally what I'm getting is a lot of you are playing it way too small out of practicality. Some of you may be looking at me like, brother, no. I do the opposite, brother. But then I would advise you to maybe do some adjustments and be a persistent person. So maybe for some of you, you've already done it too big. Maybe for a small percentage of you, it's about refining. But for most of you out there, take any sort of goal or any sort of hope that you have in your head and 10x it. Me, I'll give you an example. I visualize everything like a psychopath. And I visualize myself in a penthouse in Manhattan. The whole thing's in my head. The thought form is there. And even if I don't get there exactly, I'm going to get mad closer than I would if I visualized, oh, well, like just a 2-bedroom apartment, man. You know why? Because that's like plausible. Give me a break. So Jupiter is not going to be hard. You already know what this is. Like if you want to become something, become the best at it. At the end of the day, if I had a dime for every McGregor quote that I had, I would be a millionaire. At the end of the day, you got to feel some way. So why not feel like the greatest to ever do it? Why not feel like the chosen one? Why do you settle for average? Even if it's just in your head. That's not Jupiter. You want the biggest, you want the best, then do it. And even if you don't get there, you're going to get close. So it's like, oh my God. Okay. You know what I'm so crazy right now that I'm literally like, let's get into the clarification portion of this reading. I haven't even shown you the cards. I haven't even shown you the tarot. I haven't even shown you. Now, let's get into the tarot. When it comes to your opportunity is the 8 of Swords. There's a weird message of persistence coming through. Keep having hope, even if you feel you're not making progress, you're closer than you think. Keep having hope, keep dreaming, keep pestering. Keep, if it's a networking thing, keep DMing. Like DM 10,000 people. One of them is going to give you an opportunity, Sagittarius. If you're single, DM 10,000 people. Go to the mall and approach 10,000 people. One of them is going to accept you. That's just a little bit of an exaggeration, but you get. I'm doing it because it's the theme of the reading. But here's the deal. Let's get started. Let's get a little more serious now. The 8 of Swords is your opportunity. So this is really to look at your own stuckness. On a more practical level, it's to look at how are you keeping yourself stuck. For some of you, it's maybe you're giving up hope on something that you really want, or some of you are telling yourself I'm too old. Let me tell you, there's 4 excuses that stop people from going for what they really want. Let's see if I could think of them on the spot here. Oh boy. The number 1 is age excusitis. All right, I'm either too young or I'm either too old. Guess what? You're never going to be the proper age. Even if people who start a dream are very young, oh no, I'm too young, I'm wasting my life. Your age, screw your age. Doesn't matter. Go for it. Time is an illusion. Okay? Age. Don't be restricted by your age. Health. Oh, I don't have enough health. I've been smoking. I don't have the endurance to do this. I don't blah 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 blah. It's better to wear out than rust out. Don't let health hold you back. It's better to wear out. You're gonna die, then die in the process. It's like, come on. So age, no. Health, no. Intelligence. Don't. The C students work for the D students, and the D students donate the buildings, Sagittarius. What this means is intelligence has nothing to do with anything. It's all about persistence, raw American ingenuity, and going for it. Now, the 4th one, so it's health, age, intelligence, and honestly, I forgot the 4th one. Maybe luck. You create your own luck. Like the harder you work, the luckier you get. Now let's get back to the tarot. I promise this whole. Now I know a lot of you love it, but just I pride myself on actually delivering applicable readings. Obviously, everything I'm saying is already applicable, but let's just keep it a little bit more grounded. Thank you. So your opportunity is the 8 of Swords. to look at how you're holding yourself back, or for some of you to persist in something that you feel you're making no progress in. And your challenge is the Fool. So for a lot of you, you're worried that I'm going to look stupid, or what, I'll look stupid to myself. I shouldn't do this, or I'm not smart enough. I don't have what it takes. I don't have the resources. I don't have this. I don't have that. It doesn't matter what you have. Circumstances do not matter. Only your state of being matters. Circumstances do not matter. Only your state of being matters. Because your state of being creates your circumstances. Your circumstances do not have to create your circumstances. The outside world does not have to create or influence your state of being. Because the negatives, many of you are stuck in the Maya, the dream, okay? So you're looking around your physical world. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I want to be. So, I feel bad. No, you're in a dark room. You're in an alley. You have nothing. You just got kicked out of your mother's house and you're 16 years old. And you're like, I'm going to take over the world. If you have that type of conviction, there's going to be all these spirits coming around. You're like, yo, you see this chump? We might have to help him. We might have to give him a lucky trail today. Because you're Jupiter, luck. Yeah, it's there if you want it. But if you can't, but you need to create it. Now, the Fool in your challenge is just not being willing to go forward on a new pursuit. Remember what I told you, Sagittarius? What was the last reading? What was the reading? What was the reading for June 2023? Fame and fortune. Right? But if it was easy, everyone would do it. And the Fool here is there could be some sort of challenge about taking the first step. Right? Or if you've been persisting in something for a long time, making the necessary adjustments and then still persisting instead of just giving up on the whole thing. But the Fool is your challenge. Now, to look at this more objective, some of you in a relationship, for some of you, this definitely has to do with a love relationship. This whole thing, and I haven't even touched on it yet. But the Eight of Swords in your opportunity, and then the Fool in your challenge, that's an interesting one. We're going to have to see. Some of you are definitely going through a relational. And I actually do feel quite like all over the place during this reading. But that's because this is how you're going to be feeling during the week. And sometimes I get in my head during these readings and I'm like, I need to calm myself down, or I need to do it this way. But then I'm realizing, no, dude, you're channeling the energy of the week, brother. So anyway, your overall general energy for this week is the Star, the Five of Cups, and also the Ten of Wands here. So what I would say to this is there's a lot of opportunity for deep transformation, but also deep pain. You know what I mean? This is not a week where things are just going to stay the same. It's you're either going to get transformed, you're either going to be happier, or you're going to be sadder. You won't be left the same. You won't. So, with this being your overall general energy, I mean, you tell me. You tell me. That's all over the place, ain't it? I mean, the Star is about healing, renewal, spiritual cleansing. The Five of Cups is about some sort of emotional sadness, addiction, being down in the dumps. And the Ten of Wands is an ending. It's something heavy coming to an end. It's a burden that you're releasing. So for a lot of you here, what I sense from this reading is that whatever your hope is, it's almost like you have this. It's almost like you have this initial. This week, in the beginning part of the week, you have this initial spark, and you're like, I'm gonna do it. And then it's when you actually show up to do it, you're like, oh my God, this is so scary. Give you a practical example. When I dropped out of college to pursue my dream of becoming a spiritual teacher, I basically announced it on social media, and I was like, hey everyone, hey, I quit. Ripped up the papers, drop out, woohoo! But that's the easy part. The next day I woke up and I was like, what did I just do? What did I just do? And some of you, maybe this is a relational thing as well. What I'm picking up on, for some of you, this is you break free from a toxic relationship this week. Friendship, family, lover, whatever. And then the next day you're alone. And you're like, oh, fuck, I miss them. I miss them. But it's like, brother, sister, Vaster. Easter bunny. All right, let's keep going. Once again, I don't even know what to say about this. It's just like, come on, man. In what you don't see coming, you have the Emperor, you have the Ten of Swords, and you have the Death card. All right, so with this being here, you are in control. Once again, chronologically, this is the first half of the week, Emperor. Something is, in what you don't see coming, something is really coming to an end here. I'm going to let you use your intuition as to what this could be, but the Death card and the Ten of Swords right next to each other, this is a spiritual ending, and this is a physical one. So the spiritual is being translated into the physical here. For a lot of you, you might feel out of control. For a lot of you, there is going to be an ending with a toxic masculine relationship. This could be an Aries. For some of you, could have an end of a relationship with an Aries because the Emperor represents Aries. If not, there really could be some sort of thing that you finally cut yourself free from. And the Fool being in your challenge here, there could be a lack of resources. There could be a deal that you think is you're giving up on. You know, maybe this person has money. There's some sort of incentive to be with someone that's toxic, but you just say, I can't do this anymore. And there could be letting go of that. If that's not the case, and this has to do with more so like the whole big thing that I'm harping on, fame and fortune, this whole mission that you have, then I'm not even connecting with it. I don't know. It's the Emperor, the Ten of Swords, the Death. Control, ending, death. Like, you make sense of it. All right. So then in your advice, you have the Five of Wands, you have the Six of Wands, and you also have the Tower here. There could be something about show me your friends and I'll show you your future. You know what I mean? Like, you want to know why you're so messed up? Just look at the bums you hang out with. Some of you are very upset by that. But if you hang around with people who don't have the same ambition as you, especially because this is a new thing for some of you, or it's something that you're persisting in. For some of you, it's really crucial who you allow in your circle when it comes to this bigger thing. Because Sagittarius, you can go down the street and you can make friends with whoever. You could be like, wow, I just talked to a random person and they're amazing. Or I talked to this person. And you have that ability to connect with anyone as a Sagittarius. You have that ability. That's a blessing. That is a divine gift from God. But when we talk about achieving your goals, let me just channel 50 Cent for you. You know what my grandfather told me? You'll go as far as the mother effers you talk to for no reason. You will go as far as the people you talk to for no reason. There's something about that. I don't know why I'm getting that. Like blowing up some sort of group. I don't know why I'm getting that, but that's what it is. Now, if it's not that, and this is your advice, this is like you have what it takes to be victorious here and whatever it is. Once again, don't give up hope. This is you outlasting the competition. This is you knowing that whatever your hope is, okay? Some of you, I'm getting twin flame energy. There's someone you're in love with. I want to be with this person. You have what it takes. Some of you, I want this career aspiration. You have what it takes to outlast the competition, to win. Six of Wands is public victory, and you also have the Tower here in your advice, which is something clearly needs to come to an end in order for you to have a victory. And some of you here, you know, once again, you're so focused on the journey. You know, I understand that when we read a textbook about Sagittarius, they say, well, Sagittarius, the journey is the destination for Sagittarius. Let's just take that cliche. The journey is the destination for Sagittarius. They don't care about the outcome. They're so present and they're so in the moment. And many of you are. I'm not taking that away from you. But what I'm saying is this. Some of you are like somehow in the thick of things where you're not like focused on the fruits of your labor. Like, what would it feel like to give back to those who have given so much to you? What would it feel like to finally manifest that twin flame or whatever it is that you want? Like the Five of Wands to the Six of Wands here, Sagittarius, with the Tower, is some of you see this, like you see this persistence that you need. You see this big journey that is in front of you, and you're just so focused on like, well, where am I going to be in 6 months? You know, what do the dollar signs say? What am I going to be in 2 months from now? And you're actually, for some of you, temporarily getting lost in that minutia where what if you lived in the end and you said, well, when I make it through this struggle and I actually give back to the universe, I give back to myself, I give back to who believed in me, like what would that feel like? There's something about you like living in victory. right? Because in order to have victory, you have to already feel like you've won. You know what I mean? Like you have to feel like you don't attract what you want. You don't attract the future. You attract what you are now. So in order to transfer your lifeline, you have to change your energy now. There's no waiting for it. And a lot of you are waiting to give yourself permission to feel a certain way. You know what I mean? Like a lot of you are like, well, I'll feel good when I get myself out of this situation. But that's not how it works. You have to feel good now, and then that feel good will get you out of the situation as long as you're taking action with that. I'm not saying that you just sit on a couch and feel better and think that there's going to be, that they're giving out envelopes out here. No one's giving out envelopes. No one's coming to save you. But if you take action in conjunction with living in the end and focusing on the positive of this hope and persistence rather than the negative, then that's the recipe for success. So, wow, let's clarify this. First of all, why is the star card here for you? What is this healing? What is this renewal about? Why is the star card here for you in your overall general energy, Sagittarius? The star is clarified by the moon, Seven of Pentacles, and also the King of Wands here when it comes to your overall general energy for this week here, Sagittarius. So there is something about your subconscious mind, being very aware that we don't just eat through the senses, we eat through our thoughts, what we receive. Once again, that's why I was channeling that 50 Cent quote about, maybe creating more boundaries with people or something. But you also have the King of Wands here when it comes to the star. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is there is something that you're going towards here that it's some sort of subconscious renewal happening in your life, like understanding, like I'm going to take my talents, I'm going to invest, I'm going to be passionate, being persistent. I don't know, to be honest, I'm not really connecting with it. I'm not just going to sit here and be like, oh, this is what it is. If I'm not connecting, I'm not connecting. Part of the beauty about tarot, because I'm not a logical person, if you couldn't already tell, you got to let the images speak to you. So when I hold this card up, don't just listen to what I'm saying. What does this bring up for your subconscious mind? The whole reason why tarot is so effective is because we're using a tool for you to access universal intelligence. And these pictures will do it for you. They will create associations in your mind that I'm incapable of touching on in the reader. That's why as the reader, I actually show you the cards. It's so that you can draw inferences from it. So maybe that's what I was meant to say or something. I don't know. Definitely, I do actually think, once again, remember I told you about hope and how, or the dragon rider, making your dreams 10xing your goals, making it bigger, because even if you shoot for the moon and you don't get to the moon, you'll get closer than you would if you had a smaller goal. This is what that is. Subconscious mind is the moon. Seven of Pentacles is investing in something, watering your subconscious mind, and the King of Wands is big, extravagant, it's you. Some of you, there is going to be a new beginning with a fire sign, a fellow fire sign here that will help you along your journey or something like that. I honestly feel like I've equipped you what I need, because it's so all over the place. I'm honestly getting the timeline is even so, the timeline is all over. It's not as solid. So as sometimes I do a reading, I'm like, this is going to happen. This is what you do with this week is up actually to you. It's more fluid than usual. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this reading. I hope that it helped you.